Good morning, welcome to Morning Outlook. This is Kim speaking on Tuesday the 16th of January. So let's look at the news events first. Just switch on here. Actually, where are we? Tuesday the 16th then. So we've already seen the UK employment data coming out. A bit of a mixed bag there. Average earnings dropping quite considerably relative to the expectation there, which has seen the pound drop off a little bit. However, the actual claimant count was better than expected, or less than expected, which was good. It's better. So we've got, of course, today Davos continuing. Aside of that, we've got the Canadian data coming out, inflation data out later, and US manufacturing index, Empire State Manufacturing Index. We might get some blips around that in the afternoon. We're seeing more movements in the afternoon than the mornings often, so we'll see how that develops. We've got the Bank of England governor speaking later at Davos, I assume. Yep. Oh no, beg your pardon. He's due to testify before the Lords Economic Affairs Committee, so he's testifying there. But okay. Well, it's always a potential volatility when they're being asked questions, etc. Okay, let's have a look at what these markets are doing. So we've got the euro dollar, and well, the euro dollar just has been consolidating pretty much. Now we saw a bit of a move coming through here. It's starting to look like it's rolling over a little bit more. Quite a solid move there at midnight, only to run into some prior lows at the moment, and that's where it's sitting. Be interesting morning to see if it can break over further. I've been looking for the break of this daily 50. Might need to wait until tomorrow, but just looking to see if we get the break from this consolidation to the downside, and then there's the target of the S1. So looking on the softer side there. The pound equally, it was already rolling over before the news. The news gave it this little blip, but the news was quite mixed and it wasn't bad. I mean, lower wages is probably a bit of a relief for the Bank of England. Anyway, it just takes off the it might just change the settings. I haven't read yet whether the expectations for interest rate has changed, but at the moment it seems to be reversing quite quickly. Maybe there's people realizing it's not as bad as it looks like. Anyway, looking on the softer side here, it's broken its trend. Again, we could see as the day goes on it move down. This one now still above its 50. It's quite a way away from its 50, but we could see that coming back. US dollar. I was looking at this last night. We had a swing meeting yesterday evening. There's a few of these. This is done a pivot swing, still below its 50 at the moment. A break above these highs could see more of a correction back up there. Really, just looking back at the dailies, then if it starts running through here, well, we'll be through the R1. Just be looking for other points of support and resistance, but well, we may get more of a kicker. Bit disappointed here. I was when we saw the pivot swing running in the other side, never triggered, but I was hoping it would trigger and we'd get the correction to the downside. So my little old alert here can disappear for now because it's become a bit redundant. If I can get rid of it, there we go. So let's just get rid of that for now. Otherwise you get alerts running all the time when you don't need them. Now the Aussie's one that has gone down a little more. It's actually broken its 50 at the moment. It'd be nice to see her close this. It's taken out. I had the range on here. I had alerts set both sides. It took out the lower side of that, and well, if nothing else, we've got this sort of channel, so it may well do at least the depth of the channel to the downside, catching a bit of a upside bounce at the moment, but a lot of these markets might be short-lived. Be interesting to see what it does on the underside of the pivot now. So it's through its quarterly pivot. What will happen? It's tested it a couple of times before, running through it, broke it last night. We'll see if it gets back towards it and gives it a bit of a test. Any reaction off that would be, for me, quite a nice looking short. US dollar CAD, well, this is just, again, pivot swings. Yesterday I pointed out these are all kicked in this morning. We do have the 50 still pointing southbound on this. That might just provide some resistance into the R1 or near the R1 there as we run over through today or into tomorrow. We've broken out of this near term. Well, we've broken back above the quarterly pivot here, and well, running quite strong relatively at the moment. So it does look like it's making its move effectively. Now, of course, it could all change quite quickly this morning, but often does, or just consolidate a little bit. Another one I was looking at, New Zealand dollar. This is broken down. This has triggered the short side on this one, looking like it's got further downside. We have got the 50 to contend with the pivot there, but if we can break that at some point, well, again, expecting further downside on this. US dollar Swissy, well, it's gone the other way. Finally started moving. Didn't really like the pattern on this, so I was looking at it yesterday, but it's starting to pick up. And basically what we're seeing is dollar strength across the board. The euro's not really going anywhere when you look at the euro. It's just consolidating here, the euro yen. I say look at the euro yen. I'd have expected maybe the euro yen to be pushing up, but it's just consolidating at this stage. Might get a bit more of a movement, but it's not. Well, that's my sort of favoured move. We'll see if anything does come of that. Euro against the pound at the moment. Well, it's just seeing that the data may be helping that for now. We've curved around here, double bottomed. It's not really. It never broke down properly there from last week, and it's a right old mess. So we'll leave that. Usual suspects, Euro CAD. This is now starting to look a bit more promising. It's got its pivot swing there as well. The curved bottom there that I was talking about yesterday. This has some scope to push on through. Already up to its weekly R1, but the pivots were so pinched on the weeklies. So again, got some scope to continue through there. Higher lows, higher highs coming through there. A break of this current high will be a further bullish sort of signal, and perhaps we'll get into more of a trend at last. It's taken a while with some of these, but they're not quite there yet. But well, some of them certainly aren't. Pound CAD. I was looking at the pound CAD, but that was that's still edging the right sort of way. The commodity currencies taking a bit more of the hit still. It's a bit ugly on the short side, but well, scoped for continuation there. Okay, I'm going to look through the rest of these in the trading room. There's a link underneath if you want to come and join it today on this YouTube video, so you can come and join. Be back about 8:30 to continue on that one. Right, let's move on and look at the indices. And before we do that, let's have a look at gold. I expected this might have pushed up a little bit more. The uncertainty in the Middle East, it's holding fire really, but we could still do it later. If we get a break above that monthly pivot, it'd certainly look more bullish on the price of gold there, and it's got the potential with the risk as high as it is at this stage. Crude, Western Texas still really, I mean, yesterday it started pushing back southbound again. It's in such a mess, and it dropped off from the morning session there at 8 o'clock. Recovered in the afternoon, but well, we'll see if we can hold on for today and maybe recover in the afternoon. A bit of a mixed bag with it. I would expected it to have pushed up a bit further, but not really doing too much. Equity markets, S&Ps coming off this morning. Yesterday they've just consolidated. Not surprised the market was closed for Martin Luther King Day. I forgot to mention that yesterday morning. Anyway, flat all day in the futures. Let's say coming off a little bit at the moment. We might see a bit more of this run through as we go through the morning into the early afternoon, see what the cash market opens up like. Dow Jones, same sort of picture here. Once the DAX, there we go. Let's a quick look at the DAX. DAX off this morning already. Just erring on that weaker side. Just notice it's actually found a bit of support into its weekly S1 there at the moment, but still erring towards the downside overall. Yesterday morning it already kicked into a bearish engulfing there, and it continued through. Didn't massively go much. It was the first couple of hours of the day there, and that was that, but looking soft again this morning. Right, finally FTSE. For those, there we go. Breaking down, jobs news not necessarily great, but I'd have expected this to be inflation reducing. I would have expected a bit more of a buzz in this step here, but lower highs, lower lows. It's still in this 4-hourly downward direction trend, and it's looking soft on the hourlies at the moment there, so soft all round. Got 2 minutes before the cash opens. We'll see what happens with that, but certainly the FTSE looking weak. Right, that's it for me. I wish you a great day's trading, and I'll catch you tomorrow morning, unless you join me in the room. Be back for that about 8:30, so the link is at the bottom. Bye for now. Okay guys.